What is up, guys? The Yu-Gi-Oh 2019 promos have been revealed, and I'm actually in shock by the absolute quality of these cards. And oh my goodness, these cards are one of the best promos that Konami has ever given us. And I'm just gonna go straight into this video, but I'm absolutely in shock, and I really had to make a video on this. So the first card that we're gonna look at is Dimension Shifter, and to summarize this card, we now have a Macro Cosmos hand trap. Just wrap your head around that. That's insane. This card reads that if you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and until the end of the next turn, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. This is so good against almost all the decks in this metagame. Imagine using this against Sky Strikers. Now none of their spell cards go to the graveyard. They're not gonna absolutely abuse their engages. They can't just continuously abuse their rays, because now Sky Striker Ace Ray would go to the banished pile instead of going to the graveyard. They can't abuse their Kagari. I mean, Kagari's at 1, but regardless, now you can't recycle your spell cards that turn. I mean, against a bunch of other decks, really. Salamangreats get absolutely wrecked by this card, because that's a deck that really relies on its graveyard. For example, Balinx has a graveyard effect. Jack Jaguar has an effect. Spinny has an effect. Like, this card wrecks so many top decks, and not to mention Orcas get absolutely wrecked by this card as well, because that deck obviously relies on the graveyard a ton. And against Dangers, I mean, you can make an argument that against the Danger Thunder Dragon deck, Thunder Dragons technically do like to get banished, but for the most part, that entire hybrid of Crusadia and Dangers and the Guard Dragons that are included in those archetypes, they have a chaos theme, and the whole point is that they want their cards in the graveyard. So Dimension Shifter just absolutely destroys those type of decks. So really, this card, in my opinion, is going to see play no matter what. Obviously, it might not be in the main deck, but it's definitely going to be in a lot of people's side decks. So holy crap, this card is insane, and I really can't believe that Konami gave this card to us. So just moving on, we're going to look at the other cards, and the other card that Konami revealed to us is Nibiru, the Primal Being. This card reads that during the main phase, if your opponent normal or special summon 5 or more monsters this turn, you can tribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible, and if you do special summon this card from the hand, then special summon 1 Primal Being token to your opponent's side of the field, and that token's attack and defense become the combined original attack and defense of the tributed monsters, and you can only use this effect once per turn. But holy shit, this is incredible. First of all, normal or special summoning 5 or more times at first might seem like it's like a lot, but if you think about it, combo decks special summon like 20 times in a single turn. This card is incredible against combo decks, and is arguably better than a card like Raw Sphere Mode, Kaijus, because it just acts as mass removal, and being able to use this during your opponent's turn, because really this card is a hand trap. It's not like a card like the Kaijus or Sphere Mode, because with those cards you need to wait until your turn to tribute over those cards, but with Nibiru you can literally stop combo decks right in their tracks, which is insane. And obviously, as you guys can imagine, a lot of the decks get wrecked by this card as well, and there is the downside that you're giving them a huge beefy token, assuming that you're tributing like 5 of their monsters. But the thing is that, first of all, Nibiru has no sort of restrictions with link summoning, so technically you can summon a card, link Nibiru, and that monster you summon into Nightmare Cerberus, and Cerberus can pop that beefy token, because that token really has no protection. It's pretty much a vanilla. So after that, I mean, really, you're just absolutely in a dominating position if you're able to like pretty much get rid of all their resources and just stop their combos. So as you guys can imagine, Nibiru, in my opinion, is going to see a lot of play, especially in the side deck, because against combo decks, this card absolutely destroys them. Now, the third card that was revealed, and is pretty much just as good as the other 2 cards that I discussed, is Dark Ruler No More. This card reads, Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Until the end of this turn, also for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. Neither player can activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. So this card is pretty much a spell speed 4, except for the fact that technically you can chain traps and spells to this card. But for example, against the Hot Rat Dragon Archfiend Abyss cannot negate this card because it does have that clause, which is really nice, because let's be real here, a lot of decks just aren't using traps or spells as protection. A lot of them are using monster cards, and because of that, Dark Ruler No More is incredible. This card is pretty much a skill drain, and the thing is that since your opponent can't respond, they literally have like a lot of their stun monsters, for example the Colossus or or even the Hieratic Seal. All those cards are negated, which is really powerful, which means that you can pretty much just use a card like Regeki and you don't have to worry about those monsters potentially just negating the Regeki. So really, Dark Ruler is an insane card, and obviously I really think that this card, along with the other two cards that I've discussed, will also see play. So that's gonna wrap it up for the video, and I'm actually just in shock. If you guys think I'm overreacting, let me know, but I genuinely think that these cards will be the future of Yu-Gi-Oh, especially since combo decks have been such an annoying strategy to come up against, and I'm so happy that all three of these cards are basically just one of the best cards going for you against those matchups. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.